yourself boldly the number one before, so you better.
A very good afternoon to you, live streaming round 13 of the TSL, live from North Hobart Oval. It's North Hobart taking on Glenorchy. My name is Tubes Taylor. I'm joined in the commentary box by my good friend Andrew Cooling. Drewy, a big game of footy today.
Yeah, lovely day for it too, Tubes. Pleasure to be here at a sun-soaked North Hobart Oval for this round 13 clash between the Demons and the Magpies. Two teams whose fortunes probably haven't been going the way they would have liked so far this season. Glenorchy rooted to the bottom of the table with a 1-9 record. North Hobart sitting at 3-7, just a couple of places above them. But with, I guess, that divide that's opening up between the top half and bottom half of the league, an excellent opportunity for both these sides for 4 points today, Tubes.
No, you're absolutely right, Drewy, and we've watched both these sides, you and I, over the past couple of weeks, and we've been entertained, even though the results have been a little one-sided, but these two sides are pretty evenly matched. I'm going to ask you for a tip before the game starts.
I'll go the Magpies. Magpies by 4 goals, but hopefully we get a good contest here today.
I'm thinking maybe the Magpies by around 5, I'm going to say, but North Hobart to come out and have a crack. All right, we're about to get underway. Jackson winning the ruck contest down. Deegan gets his hands on it, though, gets thrown away. Out the back it comes, bounces out of the arms there of Camerick. They dive on it, and we're going to see a ball up just forward to centre for North Hobart. Harrison Gunther, one to watch down playing full forward for the Magpies. Caswell gets it back, finds his teammate there in Kilpatrick. His handball goes over the top looking for Wilmot. Caswell goes back to get it. Kilpatrick again on the left, throws it on the boot, but it should be wrapped up here by McKnight. McKnight, it's out on the full according to the umpire. So mark or out on the full, whatever you like. McKnight gets called to play on, sells a bit of candy and plays on, kicking long up the right side wing. Big fly at the back by Dilger. And it's a free kick. Dilger looks like he's down on his haunches here. Might be a little sore. He gets up okay. Just rubbing that right knee. A little bit of action in the middle of the oval here. It's Daniel Joseph just pushing and shoving with the big man there in the middle. So they get it back. Here goes Manson. His short kick is wide outside of Whitford.
Yeah, Jack McCulloch in the middle of it there. And just giving a little bit back the other way now, getting in his Finlay poke. Fair bit happening off the ball in this one to start this game. A fiery opening to it. Of course, North Hobart will be after a better start than the last time these two sides met. They were down by 45 points at quarter time that day and simply couldn't recover. So they'll be looking for a much better start as they'll send this one along. Harrison Gunther's down there. Some handiwork to tap it over the top. And the opening goal surely coming up here for the Magpies. Well, pretty easy in the end. Just get it out the back. Puts it through the middle. And Glenorchy take the early lead here through Roberts.
Yep. Well done, Adam Roberts. Just got over the back there nice and easy, Drewy.
Yeah, and they had the numbers out the back, didn't they? There was no Demons really out there. They were the other side of the contest. So a perfect start for the Magpies. And North Hobart, who I mentioned had that wretched start last time around. They're going to want to click into gear here. They've had some difficult results this season, the Demons, but they're certainly showing plenty of fire off the ball at the moment.
They certainly are. Hopefully that continues on through the game and they show a bit of fight through the rest of this round 13 TSL match. Jackson up against Deegan, again in the middle. Deegan flies high, taps it backwards. Caswell going to get it, no. Norton got a handball over the top, looking for Kilpatrick. Rolls over the back here. The Magpies have the numbers. Nicely worked there by Oakley in the long sleeve. Cal Daly spins out of trouble. No, gets just a little overrunning of the footy there. Cal Daly with a short one into the pocket towards Gunther. Gunther with strong hands. Great contested mark in the pocket here at North Hobart Oval. Beautiful piece of work by the Magpie favourite, and he'll go back and have a shot. By just directing him around here. So a little bit of clean work there for Glenorchy, and Gunther comes round and makes no mistake. 2 in a minute.
Yeah, perfect start for the Magpies and Harry Gunther. We saw last week he started forward but was forced to go back into defence because they were just simply getting slaughtered by the Tools at the other end. But ideally, I think the Magpies would like to be able to keep him forwards, and he hits the scoreboard early on here. Good strong mark and a nice finish. Probably been just about their best player this year. Certainly from what I've seen, Harrison Gunther has been consistent across the matches I've watched and very capable at both ends of the ground. It's a perfect start for the Magpies. 2 goals to the good inside the opening 4 minutes. North Hobart need to start winning a little bit of the ball at the contest. There's some shoving going on between Hilda and Geared. One down by Jackson. A chance, though, again for the Magpies to take it away, and it's going to be Geared to send them forward once more. Hugh Williams hit the deck. Ball now in dispute, bouncing off the tackle of Walker, and it's going to be yet another one. And it's Matthew Dilger on this occasion, just easily getting through the tackle of Walker, and it's 3 goals in the opening 4.5 minutes. Well, I said it was 54-9 at quarter time. Last time these sides met, we're well on the way to that already here, Tubes Taylor.
Well, it's 4.5 minutes in, and Glenorchy are 3-18. North Hobart yet to score. They look like it early in the piece. They looked okay, but just the way that their half-backs are running off there and receiving the footy, maybe the half-forward line of North Hobart aren't working hard enough to put pressure, but that was a great kick from Nicholson off the wing. So he's just on the defensive side of the wing, Luke Nicholson, just in the foreground of his shot. Back up in the middle. See how North Hobart respond. Camerick got a kick off the ground. Out it comes now for Rebelt. Rebelt with a short one on here. Trying to find a teammate down there in Meredith. Meredith got his handball back, and now they're running out here. Nicholson with a clever touch. Dilger going to have 2. No, he handballs off nicely to Roberts. Roberts gets his kick, and that's 2 for Roberts. Goodness me. It's raining goals at North Hobart. 5 minutes and 24 seconds gone in the first term, and it is a 4-goal-to-0 game.
This is a training drill at the moment. They are just cutting through them like a hot knife through butter right now. They're going inside 50. The Demons' defence with no answers. They just seem to have a spare at the contest every time they go inside 50. They're breaking tackles. They've won every centre clearance. North Hobart just haven't rocked up at this game yet. Glenorchy have, and boy, ruthlessly efficient to start this match. 4 goals straight. And North Hobart, well, they've started even slower than the last time they met. They desperately need a centre clearance here as they swing McCulloch into the ruck for the first time today. Can he make a difference? He won this one down. Deegan trying to force his way through. The clearing kick came from Kilpatrick, who sent the Demons forward for the first time this afternoon. Norton trying to get in there and pick it up. And eventually it's worked out the back through White. He sent it across to Manson. Manson longer down the wing in the direction of Roberts. Away from him, though, and the Demons with a chance to swing this one forward through Leake. He'll send them inside 50. Maybe a little push in the back there. It was. And it'll be a free kick going the way of the North Hobart Demons. And that might be 52. No, giving him the benefit of the doubt there, perhaps.
Just quickly behind play, Riley Higgins has gone down with what looks to be an ankle. He's up and about and running off to the boundary now, though, but keep an eye on that one for injury.
So Cooper Leake from outside 50, a tough kick, but given the way they've started this match, you'd almost say you need to have the shot here just to try and get something on the scoreboard. It's going to take a good kick from here. He hasn't quite got the journey. He stands it up to the top of the goal square. Hits the deck now. Norton will get there first. He looks to shrug a tackle. Was that in the back? It's either that or ball. Holding the ball, decision from the umpire.
Great tackle there by Cal Thompson, who handballs off quickly. Wyatt with a kick that's going out of bounds. Is that going to be deliberate? We'll wait for the umpire. No, ball it in.
Yeah, good decision from the umpire.
AFL, that definitely was deliberate.
Oh, he was aiming up the wing. He got bumped as he kicked. Well done, umpire.
Yeah, classic call there. So a boundary throw in by Bev, I think. We won't mention him too much. He's got enough me time as it is. So a boundary throw in, punched away by McCulloch. Caswell with a clever touch. Out the back now. It comes for Cooper Hills, who comes into the side as an emergency. Camerick got the handball off to Wyatt. Wyatt's bounded into the boundary. We'll see a ball in deep in the pocket. So better desire from the North Hobart Footy Club now. They need to get a goal here. Every time it's gone forward for Glenorchy, they've got a goal. So the ball comes in. Hardy out of the ruck. Just missed his hands. Now Hills got his handball out wide. Finds Rebelt. Beg your pardon, it's Blowfield. He goes long up to the wing. Williams is going to run back here. If it sits for him, he's going to have a bit of time. Nicely shepherded there by his teammate. Good, strong, almost mark. Couldn't quite get it there. Was not sure who that is out there on the far wing. Apologies, folks. And that one's gone out of bounds for another throw-in. So, free kick. I'm not sure what that was for, Drewy.
I was looking around the ground, so yeah, missed that one. But the Magpies will take over at half-back here. A 4-goal lead in tow. They've defended the first incursions into their defensive 50 from North Hobart today, and now they look to send something forward. A good mark taken there by Callum Thompson. He gets them moving quickly, sends them inside 50 where it's one-on-ones. Some pretty good defensive work, though, just holding them up for the time being. In comes Walker. Can he get a decisive touch and clear it away? The Magpies now tunnelling in. Eventually, Sandrick comes away with it, handballs it over the top to Norton. He's just taken down by Manson. And just lingering a little, that tackle. The umpire holding the football, though. North Hobart will take over at half-back. Williams, he just had Hilda on in the middle, opted not to go to him.
It's Nick Jackson, actually, the big ruckman.
The other big man down there. He's swung into defence while McCulloch goes into the ruck. He swings this one down the line and off hands for a boundary throw-in. So at least they've settled things down a little in the last 4 minutes here, Chips.
Yeah, it's just looking a little bit more one-on-one out there at the moment. They've finally figured out who's playing on who. Boundary thrown right in the centre of North Hobart Oval on the Ryde Street side. Out of the ruck. Jackson got it. Nice work by Hills to come through. Might have been Meredith. Camerick got his handball, and then Meredith went and picked it up. Thompson, rather. There's a couple of players out there that look very similar with nice curly hair, and I'm getting confused. We'll see a ball up. Just forward to centre for Glenorchy. Deegan wins it down. Camerick got wrapped up in a tackle real quick. And it's actually, gee, I'm having a nightmare here. It's Thompson. Might need to rub the rubbish out of my eyes. Thompson again gets caught with the footy. Handball's out. Handball came up now. Deegan, the ruckman, sends it inside forward 50 out towards Gunther's advantage, and he's going to get there. He just can't quite hold the mark. Nice work here by Bailey Walker. Short one on. Nice grab just at his fingertips for Poke. So Poke now with the 45 short one. Finds a teammate there in Wilmot. So Wilmot goes inboard. That's an absolutely horrible kick. Deegan now with time. Almost like a replay. Swings around the corner down towards Gunther. Walker and Gunther. Williams with a fist. Gunther's got a couple to beat here. Keeps his feet. Walker fell over. Then got tackled nicely. Desperate stuff down there by the Pies forward line. And we'll see a ball up.
So a chance for the Magpies to get something from a forward stoppage. On top here at the moment, Jackson beating out Gunther in the ruck. Out after that one is Dilger, but the clearing kick comes away. A chance perhaps for the Demons. Just left it behind. Tackle again laid by Dilger. Now Daly somehow gets a kick forward. Couldn't quite bring down the mark. Williams with a clever little handball out the back. Jackson plays the 1-2. Oh, just slipping was Woods, but from the deck he was able to take the mark and avoid disaster. He then chips one right back to Williams on the very last line of defence. Goes looking for his brother. Couldn't quite find him. Ball falls to Roberts from the pockets. Not quite on target. And Yates takes it right on the full back line here. They are under siege right now, the Demons. They'll look to clear this one in the direction of McCulloch. Rising in there was Smith. A chance for the Magpies, though, through Nicholson. Nicholson's handball over the top for Joseph. And then it's off hands. And they've got free players absolutely everywhere. Daly in the pocket will go back for what should be a fairly regulation shot. And they're just finding time and space inside forward 50 here, Tubes.
Well, Wood slipped over and kicked it across the face of goal out to Jackson. Jackson then went looking for Williams, and it's just an unnecessary kick. And they're now pointing fingers out there, North Hobart, as to who's got who. Cal Daly will come in and make it look easy. No, slides it across the face of goal. So the first blemish on the Glenorchy scoreboard goes to Cal Daly. It's been a run of 5 scoring shots to naught.
I suppose a positive for the Demons. First scoring shot since the 5th minute. So the last 8 minutes we've kind of been in a holding pattern.
Yep. Oh, that's great pressure again there. Out it comes now into the team. Spotswood around the corner. No. So another behind for Glenorchy.
Yeah, Williams just charging out of the square there and being closed down No real excuse for that. And just showing they're a little bit rattled back there at the moment. The Demons struggling to find options coming out of defence. Can they do a little better this time? Again, the pressure will be applied. Good shepherd late on this occasion. Williams just gets his kick off. It'll go as far as the centre circle, but Blowfield's there for the Magpies. He gathers it, turns back inside, opts to then chip a little ball looking for Patterson. Patterson taking the mark in the centre circle. He'll swing this one wider still, and he finds Rybert, who'll chip to a man. Oh, well, he had Geared all on his own half forward. Just over his head, though. Geared goes in for it. Tapped it back looking for Daly. Couldn't quite get it to him. The handball from Rybelt. Will receive it back. Tight to the boundary line. He just fumbles it over the line. Ball in.
So a ball in here at North Hobart Oval. Deep inside forward 50 for Glenorchy. Just brilliant work from Glenorchy just to keep the pressure on. Lock it inside their forward half. No one's nominated for the ruck. They're looking around everywhere. No one was there. That was the strangest thing I've ever seen. A boundary throw-in with no rucks nominated. Did they nominate? I didn't see it. I don't think no one went for it.
I think both sides were going for the let the other ruck go off uncontested approach.
McCulloch wins it down. Sandricks tries to spin out of trouble and spun into it. Umpire called play on against Andrew Cooling's orders. We'll see a ruck contest again, so almost a replay here. Beautiful day for footy at North Hobart Oval. It's round 13, TSL. McCulloch to Sandrick. Sandrick's hands came out again. The pressure's just relentless from Glenorchy. The umpire's pulled out a free kick. It's going to Dilger, I think.
Contact below the knees, I think he's called there.
So Matt Dilger's going to go back and have a shot at his second goal. And Glenorchy are flying. Again, there's a fair bit of push and shove off the ball here. A couple of young kids going at John Geared. You can push and shove all you like, but you just need to look at the scoreboard. In comes Dilger. And that's a kick that has just missed the goals. Through from behind.
Yeah, well, the Demons at the moment, they're repeatedly hitting Magpies players, but they need to find a way to hit the scoreboard instead. That might be slightly more productive for them at the moment. They brought the physical game off the ball, but they're just being belted at the contest, and the Magpies dominating. Can they get something going forward here? It'll be taken by Wyatt. Got the handball away as he slipped to Camerick, and now across to the smooth-moving Nicholson, who'll swing them inside 50 in the direction of Gunther. Just running out of real estate, and we'll have a throw in at half forwards.
Just look around the ball here, Drewy. Just off the contest, just behind, there's about 3 Demons players that are standing all by themselves, and then if you look beyond that, towards the goal of North Hobart, it's all Glenorchy. There's a 4-on-2.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both teams going to go on the defensive side. Tackle laid there by Caswell. They need Caswell and Sandrick's impact around the ball to lift a little. They're two of their real stars. They just need to get a bit more of the ball at the coalface. Showing some strength in the ruck contest there was Jackson. Worked it forward, but only so far as Nicholson. Just tunnelling him a little was Norton. And that draws a little more argy-bargy, but we'll have a ball in, as it looks like Josh Bingham just limping off for the Demons, looking a little bit hurt, so their afternoon might just got even worse. The ball comes back in. That's an interesting throw. Initially favoured Deegan, but Jackson made it work, and he managed to squirm a kick forward. Some good defensive pressure laid. Norton now will try and get it for the Demons. The ball locked in there, but a free kick has been spotted. It's going the way of the Magpies. And from half-back, they can reload once more through Daniel Joseph. Just stabs a little one. Couldn't quite find Nicholson. Out the back, the Demons will take over. Jackson had to use every bit of his height to gather that handball. And they've forced them all the way back. So they'll try and execute the switch here. They've lost a lot of ground in the process.
Millhouse goes out to Wilmot for a little change of direction here. The short one's on for Sandrick. Sandrick looks up. He's got really nothing to kick to. Absolutely nothing up the wing. He's got McCulloch long if he wants. He decides against that. Goes short. Finds Yates. Yates across the face of goal. Gee, Jackson's got a bit of work to do. He's kicked it up into the sun and it's out of bounds. So, again, I don't think that kick is necessary, Drew. They cross across to this side of the ground, then recrossing. I know that can work, but you've got to be good with your skills.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't mind the change in approach so much to just possess the football a little bit more, but the skills are letting him down, not allowing him to do that successfully.
So a boundary throw in here, right on the paint of 50. Wide in the ruck. Good to see him up around the footy. Williams at the back. Camrick went through like a freight train out to Roberts. Roberts' kick smothered. Sandrick trying hard. It might have actually been Kilpatrick. A little volley there, volleyball action there from Dilger it might have been. Williams is trapped in a tackle. Can't get it out. Can't get it out. Umpire circling. And says, give it to me. I'll ball it up.
So, still, the Glenorchy Magpies knocking on the door here. They're all over the Demons. One down by White. No one's getting clear on this occasion, but a high tackle will present another opportunity. It's going to be a free kick to Oakley.
Gunners.
Just getting over the shoulder there, presenting yet another chance for the Magpies. They can extend their lead to 33 points as we approach time on in quarter number 1. It's been a blistering start from the Magpies. Can Oakley add to that? He comes in, he'll kick from a tight angle from about 35. And he's just hung it out to the near post. So 4-4 after kicking 4 goals straight to begin. Just their accuracy letting him down a little bit. It's about the only blemish on him so far.
Kilpatrick out. Finds Jackson. You're right. 8 scoring shots to naught. Goes short. Finds Millhouse. Millhouse has got Sandrick short if he wants. This is better from North Hobart. Just possess the footy. Short again Caswell. But if your skills are like that, you can't possess it. So it's just bobbling around here out the back for Roberts. It might have actually been your man Nicholson, and the kick came forward nicely by Whitford. Cal Daly has a eternity and just went back and got it. Nice little tackle laid there by Riley Wood. Out the back, Sandrick tries to push through too many. He's got caught with a footy, manages to find a footy onto the boot. Gunther now, who's swung back to centre half back. Handballs into the middle, worth a kick. Missed the mark though. Now a chance for North Hobart on the rebound. Gunther in the right in the dot of North Hobart Oval got his kick away. It was scrappy. Nicholson now needs to get through and hold the footy. Out the back for my man Ty Turner, who gets tackled hard. And we'll see a ball up.
Probably 60 of the ugliest seconds of football you'll ever see there. Right. Both teams just butchered it.
Yeah, it was ugly calling too, to be fair.
As they managed to get some field position out of it, though, the Demons. Can they find an opening goal of the afternoon? They'll have another stoppage here. The umpire swoops in. They'll just be glad to have got the ball forwards, I think, as Hardy looks set to compete in the ruck here, the big fella, but just taken out of there by Geard. Then swings the handball for Rybelt. Managed to keep it in play, but perhaps shouldn't have, because he handballed it straight back to Samuel Caswell. Caswell into the pocket, and it's out off Manson for another throw-in. So, repeat stoppages inside 50. The Demons desperately need to get something out of it. It's been a pretty dire opening quarter from them. A chance here, perhaps, as McCulloch will compete with White in the ruck once more. White didn't quite get much on it, but a handball comes out, and they're a chance to bounce off half-back once more. Handball, a good one. It found Whitford. Whitford returns it back to Gunther. Played the 1-2, then just lost his footing. A good tackle, just put him off. McCulloch handballs it back. A chance for Woods to swing them out wide. He found Williams. Williams with an ugly up and under that just goes straight to Darren White Park back there. He gets them moving quickly. Handballed off to Camrick. Camrick dished it right back to the opposition. Now the ball in dispute on centre wing. Caswell trying to shake free. That kick's knocked 15 to Norton, who's immediately wrapped up, and we'll have another ball up.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Drew. This is some ugly footy in the last 5 minutes. We'll see a ball up here, just forward to centre for North Hobart on the wing. McCulloch wins it down. Big tackle laid on the stack hat there of Wood, and he'll get a free kick. He was tackled pretty hard. Bit of argy-bargy here on White, and 50 too. So, Riley Wood, thankfully, was wearing the stack hat. Now Kilpatrick's getting into it with a couple of others. Cal Thompson's down there. Sandrick, Kilpatrick. Everyone's just a little bit anxious and angry.
Darren White has 3 blokes hanging off him.
Well, he's an Adonis, isn't he? Well, this is a must-kick goal for North Hobart. In comes Riley Wood. White's still going at it with Caswell off the ball here. Riley Wood gets it through. Just well played on the line there by Nathan Hardy. So North Hobart get their first through a 50-metre penalty. And Riley Wood, Gunther, they're all anxious and angry. A bit of argy-bargy around the footy. But North Hobart get their first score after a run of 8 scoring shots to Glenorchy.
Yeah, to say that was badly needed is a fair understatement. There's plenty of little spot fires all around the ground here during that goal, before, afterwards. Plenty of feeling out there, but the umpire spotted one at a desire, and a free kick in 50 metres going the way of North Hobart. Finally gets them on the scoreboard. Can that spark them here this afternoon? It's not been the start they were after, but finally on the scoreboard. So back to the centre square.
What do you say to Darren White if you're going up against him? What's your chirp? I don't know. You're too good looking and good at footy.
Yeah, not sure I'd be picking any fights with a guy that size, to be honest, as this one swung over the top to Rybelt, who can coast into 50 and maybe have a shot. Instead, just drills a little bullet. It was dropped, though, down there by Spotswood. They'll get another chance, though, as the balls work back, then swung to the top of the square. Gunther there lurking, but out the back, it's Bailey Walker for the Demons.
Well played, Bailey Walker.
Took the relieving mark. It was badly needed. So now, pauses, not a lot of options. Eventually, just sends it in the Sandrick direction. And Sandrick fairly happy just to take the throw in the end. It wasn't a great kick. And really, the disposal coming out of defensive 50 has been pretty dicey all quarter.
Oh, it's been pretty average. So junk time in the first term. It's 25 minutes gone here at North Hobart Oval. North Hobart 1-6, trail Glenorchy 4-4-28. An electric start from Glenorchy. Nicely done by Deegan. He gets wrapped up in the tackle of McCulloch. Quick kick out from Caswell. It's all Glenorchy back here, though. And the mark's taken nice and easily. Out it comes now. Joseph with a kick. Long. Down to Dilger, who worked it beautifully. Thompson comes up with the footy, gets tackled hard. Dilger's in there too. Caswell out towards Kilpatrick, who runs around onto the left. The short one's on here. He finds Leafhaber. Maybe a chop of the arms, according to Andrew Cooling on my right. And he's correct. Maybe a career in umpiring if his commentary career doesn't take off. Out comes Leafhaber. Nice long kick down towards McCulloch, going back with the flight, though. That's a solid mark. It was Patterson that took the mark off to Camerick with a little bullet down towards the ruckman and Deegan. Nice work by Leafhaber behind him in a boundary throw-in just in front of the George Miller stand.
Yeah, nicely defended there from behind. The forward cast in the role of fullback there, really, against a big man like Deegan, but did nicely from behind. Forces the throw-in. 26 and a half gone in the first quarter here. Can't be too much longer left as Bingham just going through some run-throughs on the near touchline. Going through the medical testing at the moment. Camerick handballs it over the top to Deegan, who just flipped it over the top cleverly. Now they'll go inside 50. Searching kick looking for Gunther, but it trickles out of play for a throw-in. So perhaps chance for one last goal here for the Magpies this term. All things considered, North Hobart would probably take a 22-point deficit, even though 4 goals down after 4 minutes. But at least been able to fight back in the last 20 or so. Slinging tackle there, just impacting the kick. Norton couldn't quite bring it down. Good tackling pressure as the Demons just trying to force it out the back here. Almost rugby style, just the rolling maul trying to gain some territory. We'll have another ball up. It continues to be a pretty scrappy old affair off the ball. Lots of pushing and shoving. Lots of mini fights taking place all around North Hobart Oval. The teams know this is a big opportunity for 4 points this afternoon, but it's Glenorchy, who've looked far more switched on around the contest. An over-the-shoulder decision gives a free kick to Oakley and the chance to drive forward. The lead's being offered. Unfortunately, that one picked out the defender. Williams dropping back and takes the intercept. He'll chip it short, finds Sandrick. That must have been barely 15. Tubes are sceptical as to that. He chips it out to Caswell.
Barely 8.
Caswell goes down the line. A little push there on Oakley, and that is quarter time here at North Hobart. Glenorchy 4-4-28, leading the Demons 1 straight 6. They did all the goal scoring in the opening 4 minutes as they jumped out to a 24-0 lead. The Demons, look, they were able to at least half the contest for the rest of the quarter, but it's the Magpies well on top here, Tubestar.
Yeah, absolutely. Goal kickers for Glenorchy, 2 to Adam Roberts, 1 to Harrison Gunther, and 1 to Matt Dilger. For North Hobart, Riley Wood has the solitary score for the North Hobart Demons. Well, I'm expecting Clinton French to go out there and give him a bit of blow-dry treatment. I imagine he won't be happy with that performance in the first term. But they're a very proud footy side, North Hobart Footy Club. You can see down there here at North Hobart, Ollie DiVenuto has already given them a fair bake, whereas Glenorchy are all together and they're coming in. Coach Paul Kennedy would be very happy with at least the first 10 minutes of that quarter. We'll take a quick break here from North Hobart Oval. TSL round 13 between North Hobart and Glenorchy. Coming up next, we'll be right back. Second term about to get underway here from North Hobart Oval. It is TSL round 13 between North Hobart and Glenorchy. Tubes Taylor and Drew calling the footy here. We had a look at the North Hobart huddle, and they wanted less than 6 inside 50s. It was 13 that Glenorchy had, Drew calling, and that certainly shows you a little bit about a few things, mainly in midfield.
Well, they scored 4 goals from the first 5, so even they had kept them to 6 in that quarter, the damage was done pretty early. But they managed to stem the tide late in the quarter, and they hope that can continue. So they're underway, and one down by Jackson. He's immediately wrapped up there. A strong tackle from Camerick. So, they got some bodies behind the ball. Made it a little bit of an ugly contest.
Yeah.
We'll see if that can continue. Glenorchy, well, they started like a house on fire in quarter number 1. They'll be looking to mimic that once more. Sandrick out after this and just went in low. Tough contest there against Roberts. The ball falls the Demons' way, and they'll screw a fairly ugly-looking kick, which might come back the other way. Blowfield is just dumped down there. Sandrick handballs off there to Hilda. Hilda, his path was stopped. Back to Sandrick. Sandrick wheeling around on the left and just chipping the kick to Kilpatrick in some space. Kilpatrick now can drive them forward. He'll go looking for Nathan Hardy. Can he take a mark? He can't. He was outnumbered as Darian White drifts in from the side.
He goes across the face of goal. Dangerous kick into the sunlight, but it's marked nicely down there. It might be, yes it is, Rybelt, who goes short to Camerick. Camerick has it in the back pocket. The short one was on to Thompson. Kicked long by Camerick. Fisted away across the boundary in front of the George Miller stand. Spiritual home of Tasmanian football. What a sight, what a day. Lovely crisp winter's day here at North Hobart Oval. We've got SFLW, the women's team, coming up next here at North Hobart. It's one down nicely by McCulloch into Wood. Wood got it off to Caswell. Caswell back to Williams into Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick goes across the face of goal to Williams. He's got a little bit of time here. And that kick goes long. McCulloch will fly at the footy. He's got it here. Looks down towards Hardy. Hardy works under the man under the footy and does well. The strong body of Nathan Hardy will go back and have a shot on goal. So this is the start they wanted, North Hobart. Just got worked under the footy there a little bit, Patterson. But when you've got the strong drivers of Nathan Hardy running up your backside, good luck to you.
Yeah, he always looked likely to take that one, didn't he?
In he comes, the veteran of North Hobart Footy Club. He's a nice kick of the footy and it goes straight through the middle. Perfect start for North Hobart. And a nice start for Nathan Hardy.
Well, they cut the margin back to 16 points, making some inroads here, and their key movers getting involved there. Like Sandrick, Kilpatrick, Williams all involved in the build-up. So they're senior players. They need to get their hands on the ball a little bit. That'll be pleasing for Clinton French, I'm sure. As they're working their way back into this one after being jumped in that first 5 minutes. So 16 points. Deegan to compete with Jackson once more. Lovely day for football here at North Hobart Oval. Round 13 TSL action. So Deegan jumping a little early on this occasion. Camerick will take it away, sweeps the handball behind, and then they'll look towards the half-forward line. Mark taken there by Roberts. Roberts steadies up and then looks to chip one into the pocket. Just losing his balance there was Gunther, just bumped off it, and then coming across to put some pressure on was Meredith on Williams. And throw in, forward pocket.
Nathan Blowfield's had a good game so far. He's got it on a string, but he is playing it as a loose man in defence here. And he reads the ball so well.
Yeah, it's been a pretty attacking defensive role he's had today, hasn't he? He hasn't had to do a whole lot of defending. Here is Deegan winning it down and then laying the tackle, following up his ruck work was Big Deegan. And he'll keep it locked in there for another stoppage.
Nice stuff down there by Finley Poke. It might have actually been Connor Smith there, rather. Here's a chance for Roberts at the back of the pack. He's ridden by Wood. Wood went in and got the footy, and then Deegan just jumped on him. A little bit of stacks on here. We'll see a ball up in front of goal here for Glenorchy.
Like to see that from a ruckman, the ground level work. Important stuff.
Yep. Deegan wins it down. Jackson, though, the recipient of the footy, he kicks it out towards Blowfield, who's got it on a string. Out to Rybelt. Goes short and back to Blowfield. Blowfield just pops it up here. Gunther in the right spot, gets to the front. Jackson claiming the mark, and the umpire paying the mark too, after Gunther had it for a fortnight.
It's all about confidence. He looked like he sold that nicely to the umpire. I'm not convinced he did mark it, Tubes.
Jackson with a long kick out towards Wilmot, who should just take this by himself. He looks up further. He's got Cooper Leak if he wants, leading out towards the wing. Decides against it. Goes short to Kilpatrick. He's probably had as much of it as Blowfield. His kick goes across the face of goal to Williams Senior. He goes out wider still. Sandrick. Woody's on short. He decides against that and overcooked the kick. The coach is furious about it too next door. We can hear him. Norton got it back to Williams. Williams now to Sandrick. Sandrick with a rush kick towards Blowfield, and he's got taken out. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Nathan Blowfield.
So he continues to be prolific, and he hands this one off to Camerick. Camerick chips it short to Roberts, returns it back to Camerick, gets into a little bit of trouble. Return the handball to Roberts, however. His defender slipped over. He was sent it inside 50 and ghosting in. Here's Gunther Williams. I don't think was aware of his presence.
That's the Ruckman Jackson there.
Well, Williams probably would have been aware. The Ruckman just didn't seem to be aware Gunther was behind him. He slips in, takes an easy mark, and a good chance for a goal here. So the swingman, Harrison Gunther, looking to do the job up forward today. Great opportunity here. They haven't actually kicked a goal since about the 4th minute mark of the first quarter. It's been a little while, and Gunther comes in and puts it through. So they do get the 5th goal of the afternoon through big Harry Gunther, and they extend their lead to 22 points.
Well, that's footy 101, I reckon there, Drewy. Just floating across the back and waiting for the ball to land in your arms. When you're in defensive 50, you've got to attack the footy, and unfortunately for the big ruckman, Nick Jackson, he'll learn from that. I'm sure the coaches will get the vision. And Gunther makes him pay. So it's 2 scoring shots apiece here in the second term. Both teams have a goal each, and it is still 22-point margin in favour of the Pies. Out the back here it comes for Deegan, off to Geard, who got pushed in the back. Umpire saw it. So John Geard will go back and have his kick. I thought he got injured last week against Kingborough, but turns out he was okay. Against North Lonnie. Launceston, I don't know who it was, I can't remember. Norton, Sandrick, needs to get his handball off, does so. Gee, that was a really limp handball there from Bingham. Manson ran over the top of the footy. And we'll see a ball up. Who did they play last week?
Launceston.
Yeah, right.
You're right initially.
That's right.
As noted there, Jay Blackberry's record game. Wasn't a particularly enjoyable one for Glenorchy fans. So, ball up here, half forward for the Demons. In arrears by 22 points. McCulloch competing with Deegan. Won it down. Spilled out Wyatt. Wyatt just slams it on the boot to half forward. Williams Park back there takes the intercept mark and gets it moving quickly across to Kilpatrick. Just bouncing, eventually will sit for him. Callum Kilpatrick turns back inside onto the left, then dinks a risky ball. Had to be strong in the air there, Smith. Competed pretty well under pressure. It was a bit of a hospital ball. Coming through, though, was Rybelt. He gave the handball off to Geard. Geard gets it half forward in the Gunther direction, just taps it in front of him. Can he keep it in play? He does, but he's tackled. Just got a handball away in time. Awesome dexterous stuff there. Well done, Walker in defence. And in the end, winning the free kick. And he'll quickly move it to Jackson at full back. He'll execute the switch here as he sends it across for Woods. Woods further afield. That wasn't a great ball for Leake. Below his knees. Strong tackle laid there. And we'll have a ball up. And again, just a little untidy by foot. The Demons. I like the approach they're taking of slowing the game down, just Playing a little bit of possession football, taking the life out of it, making it a real grind of a match, but just need to be a little bit sharper with those foot skills. Geared. He was dispossessed. I don't think anyone's going to take clear possession here as Geared slaps himself on top, and we'll have another ball up.
So ball up just off the point of the forward square for Glenorchy. Jackson did a bit of bullocking work. Leaf Hobart does well. Got it off to a running man there who ran straight out of bounds in Hilda. And we'll see a boundary throw in right in the centre of North Hobart Oval. Jackson and Deegan will do battle again. I'm looking forward to seeing the stats after this game, Drewy, because I feel like North Hobart have had a fair bit of it, but have just butchered the footy. So we see another stoppage.
They probably haven't had in that many dangerous areas, though.
Yeah, but their field kicking has been just short or just a little too long.
It does make it hard when you're playing a possession style like they are.
Yep. They've looked okay when they've hit those targets. Sandrick gets pushed in the back. Umpire saw it. It'll be a free kick playing on. Hilda wheels around onto the right, then sends a real scrubby kick into Leaf Hobart. And the umpire will ball it up.
Another example of just that there, wasn't it?
Yeah, perfect. Right on time. He probably did it on purpose, Josh Hilda.
So, once again, McCulloch won it down. Caswell trying to take clean possession. It's hot in the kitchen at the moment. The handball came out from Whitford. Eventually, it fell back to McCulloch, and McCulloch will launch the Demons forward. Hardy from behind. Did well just not to give away the free kick. Wyatt sweeps the handball. Now it's going to be McKnight, who takes the mark tight to the boundary line.
Gee, they're well set up down there, Glenorchy.
Yeah, they've always had that option. Kind of wide to go to. A little bit of a hold there, I suspect, on Deegan. Play allowed to continue. Deegan now burrowing in on Angus Norton. Laying another tackle. The big ruck has laid a few tackles already in this one.
He's been very good.
Putting his body about, making an impact. As he'll go up against McCulloch on this occasion. No one able to take it decisively. The handball took a little deflection and trying to sweep through as Wilmot. Will it sit for him? It wouldn't, and he's escorted out of play by Patterson for another throw in.
So this is the thing that I'm getting confused with. I reckon Cooper Meredith, Callum Thompson, Chris McKnight and Braden Patterson all look the same.
Dead ringers, you reckon?
Yeah.
Someone needs to don the long sleeves or something, just that point of differences.
Wear a helmet.
That's enough of them out there for North Hobart. It's maybe a hold on Rybelt. And yes, the umpire has spotted it. It seemed like the shirt bending back a little. He chips this one into the middle. Ooh, he's played on. Just lost his footing momentarily, Nicholson, but was able to get a good kick away. Can they build out of defence here? Sweeping along the wing is Darian White. He'll drive a pretty ugly looking kick, really. Straight out of play. Not his tidiest work there.
Gee, I love the way Ty Turner goes about it. He knows if Darian White's running past, give it to him. Just give it to him.
Seniority.
After that, though, kick, he probably would have taken it back. So a boundary throw in here. Deegan, McCulloch do battle. Wood just got a hand in. Nicholson hands over the footy, does well. Got it out to McKnight. Now Deegan again. He's had a good game. Inside forward 50. Bailey Walker went at the footy and left Gunther behind. Norton, Walker, clever kick. Finds a man in Bingham who just throws it on the boot. Careless kick out to White. White goes out wider still. That's a short one. Nicely finds Geared. Geared now into the pocket. Geez, a great user of the footy. Straight down the throat of Harrison Gunther. And Gunther will go back and have a shot.
Life's pretty good as a forward when you're getting that kind of service.
Well, that's why John Geard's in the side. He's a user of the footy. He delivers. And you could just see that. Wasn't it perfect? Out in front, right into the breadbasket of Harrison Gunther. He's certainly taking up his 30 seconds. In he comes. Approach is pretty good from a tough angle. Gunther just trying to do a little bit of body language, but it goes straight through the middle. Nicely done, Harrison Gunther, his third of the day. And Glenorchy are flying.
He's having himself a day out. Is Harrison Gunther just doing a really good job just keeping space in the pockets open, delaying, then hitting the lead, and the service he's got has been fantastic. What a kick that was from Geared to spot him up, but really intelligent forward play from Harrison Gunther here this afternoon.
I thought Geared did something to his knee last week. I was really worried about the way he was limping around out there, but shows the level of player he is, plays through a couple of little injuries. Might have just been a corky or a knock to the knee, but gee, that was a beautiful kick.
So the Magpies have just re-established control of this contest now. Back out to a 28-point advantage, their biggest of the afternoon. And Camerick's just going to walk this one straight out of the middle. And he's going to find a target too. Well, Dilger spotted up. Camerick, lovely work there. Not sure that was his intention, but found him all the same. And this would be a very big blow for the Demons. 2 goals in a minute here. A distinct possibility. Matthew Dilger, who's kicked one this afternoon, will shoot from 35. Not a massive angle to speak of. He goes back. It's bending back, and it's a goal. Dilger has another. The Magpies get 2 in a minute, and they're out to a 34-point break here. And the Demons, who just managed to stem the tide, suddenly leaking goals once more.
Well, that was just from the middle to the goal, wasn't it? It was superb. Straight down the throat of a running Camerick, who's playing footy in school shoes, and then he just threads it down the throat of Matt Dilger, who's out on a lead with nothing in front of him. Superb work. And they're still going at it, these boys. Cal Daly and Hugh Williams and Gunther are having a bit of push and shove. Anyway, they've strung White into the ruck. And, gee, he got up there. Just a little bit of ballerina work. Cop one high there to Jackson. It'll be a free kick going to the ruckman. Sandrick offers the run pass for the handball. So in comes Jackson, runs out. White to the wing. Roosts one inside forward 50. White, his opponent, just fists it away. Handball came out looking for Thompson, diving on it down there. Glenorchy do well to just trap this up. And the umpire's going to call him holding the footy. So it'll be against Cal Thompson. Be a free kick going to Caswell. 16 minutes gone, he's looking around. Not sure why his back's to the play here. It's okay, probably thinks he's got it in him. Kilpatrick gets told, take those yellow boots elsewhere, pal, by the umpire. So in comes Sam Caswell. He's got the journey in him, I reckon. He was pretty confident from the start. He runs around and then just sells a bit of candy and goes inside forward 50. It's a goal. Beautiful stuff by Caswell. The coach is stoked with it next door. And I feel like he knew he was going to do that from the start.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
I don't think he felt he could make 50 on the fly there, so he built up a fair bit of speed in the run-in and just juked the man on the mark absolutely superbly. Sent him the complete wrong direction, waltzes in and kicks probably the goal of the day so far. Samuel Caswell, really, really nicely done.
And importantly, it stops a run of 3 goals to Glenorchy.
Yeah, circuit breaker. They definitely needed something, and one of their star men, Samuel Caswell, delivers. So 28 points now the margin here as we tick by 18 minutes in quarter number 2.
Little warning there for North Hobart too, with too many in the 666. So
yeah, Riley Wood's just told to get back into defence. Jackson just takes it out of the middle, sends an up and under. Leafiber able to have a free run, but it's going to be brought back here. It'll be a free kick to the ruckman. He wanted to give a handball off, probably should have. Eventually will. Just had to wait for a moment, Kilpatrick, and that forced an indecisive kick. And that's going to be a little over the shoulder there. Sandrick just tackling a bit high. The free kick will go the way of the Magpies.
White copped a little friendly fire down back from Mason, and he's still down behind play.
And he's on his haunches in the middle of the park as this one's intercepted back there by Wilmot. Had Sandrick on short, ignored that. Still waiting, and eventually launches it down the line. Coming from behind there was Kilpatrick. The handball across, good tackle laid by Camerick. That was strong. And holding the ball is paid. Nicely done, Ben Camerick. As Jack Sandrick arguing the decision. He might want to give the ball back here, or he'll give away 50 as well. He's done pretty well to get that back and not give away the 50 and give his defence time to set up behind the ball. Good gamesmanship there. The chip kick to Gunther on a searching lead. He marks on centre wing. He looks up, wheels inside and drills a low bullet, which Jackson just drops back into the space nicely and takes the relieving mark there, the big fella. That's better defensive work from the ruckman.
That is better. That is much better. So the short one's on here. Gee, dangerous kick, but it lands okay for Yates. He's got a wider one on still here. Finds Campbell. No one flew at that one. The handball came out from the Glenorchy player. Here comes Manson. Manson gets it back to Camerick. Camerick with a little bit of pace there. Tried to smother was... Oh dear, Hugh Williams, but it's going to be Dilger. Oh, who runs into an open goal and just sprays it.
That is a howler of a miss.
Yeah, it's not good. A little bit of stuff still off the ball here from both teams.
Umpire, so I thought the umpire had given away a free kick there for a second. He was just telling him to clear the area. A lot happening off the football in this one.
Short one on for Caswell. Couldn't quite take the mark. It was a nice spoil from Daly. This is better. Out wide, finds Norton. Norton in space. Leaf Heber's no good, and he just drills it straight to McKnight. McKnight plays on quickly through the centre of North Hobart Oval. Short one on again. Nicely done, and the handball comes out to Manson. Manson's kick goes long and deep, inside forward 50. Bouncing over the back, Walker happy to see it across the line for a behind.
Well, they wouldn't have wanted to concede a goal there after that horrible turnover. They had an extra number out the back there, North Hobart, if they could have hit the target up and half forward. But again, their ball use has been poor today. They'll reload from fullback once more here, though. A long kick into the middle of the park. Flying from behind was Lee Fiber. Came the way of Woods. Woods tumbles one forward, a 2-on-1 here. It's going to be tough for Hardy. The numbers always favouring the Magpies, and Patterson just pokes it forward to Joseph. Joseph handballs back inside to Camerick. Camerick wheels onto his right and then sends a good-looking kick forward. Oh, it fell fortuitously in the hands of Oakley. Oakley sets sail for home and fires through another one for the Magpies.
Well, there's one for Cunners.
8-6-54, lead North Hobart 3 straight 18.
I know you hate me calling him Cunners, but I'm running with it. He wants to be called Cunners, so I'm going for it. Well done to the young man, McKnight. Riley Oakley. But it was good from McKnight on the half back line where it started, just to attack the footy, get it into space and well used.
So a 6-goal margin now. The scoreboard reflecting their dominance. North Hobart had been able to stem the tide, but the Magpies really the only thing keeping this remotely close, not that 6 goals is particularly close, is accuracy. 14 shots to 3 tubes.
Well, it's been domination by the boys north of Creek Road. Ruck contest, 1 down. Oh, gee, that was an interesting handball. Out it came by Cunners Oakley. Wrapped up in a big tackle down there was Yates, and the umpire says no prior opportunity. And I'll ball it up. I actually think he had more prior opportunity than Jack Sandrick did on the half forward line before when he was caught holding the footy.
It was red hot.
Red hot. Through comes Oakley with an inside-outside torpedo, and it'll go out of bounds.
Better result than a behind, though. Get a throw in a pretty dangerous position.
Yeah.
So, deep. It's quarter number 2 here. 23.5 has ticked by. It's the Magpies on the hunt for another goal. Throw back into play. Deegan's been really good in the ruck, and Callan Daly was lurking. Daly off the ground. Brilliant goal. Instinctive stuff from Callan Daly. He just had a whack out of it from midair, and he splices it through the middle, and the Magpies with another.
He's the type of player that you just love to come and watch, isn't he, Cal Daly? He doesn't have to have many opportunities to just get the place all up and about, and what beautiful work from Cal Daly to extend that margin now out to 42 points, 7 straight goals is required by North Hobart to get anywhere near their counterparts Glenorchy. Brilliant stuff by Cal Daly.
He's a live wire. You'd be nervous as a defender any time he gets near that ball inside defensive 50.
And it doesn't matter if if you've beaten him all day, as he's, he's just such a dangerous player. I love watching him. So ruck contest one down again by Deegan, but it comes out to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick's kick goes looking for Jackson. Blofield going back with the flight. Courageous stuff. Manson tried to scoop up the footy, diving on the ball. There is a North Hobart player, and we'll see a ball up. Deegan and Jackson doing battle again. Deegan just got yeeted out of the way. Nicely done by Sandrick to just pick up the footy. Deegan's having a little chuckle behind play there, just looking at the umpire. But we'll see a ball up. Jackson and Deegan go at it again. Deegan wins this one. Nicely out towards Thompson. Might see a ball up again. So scrappy stuff here again at North Hobart Oval over the last little bit. Deegan wins that one. Sandrick taps back towards a teammate. Got the handball out again, did Sandrick, from Wilmot. Wilmot goes back forward, going back with a flight. That was courage from McCulloch. Blofield, though, who's had it on the string all day, kicks it out of bounds. He was looking for his teammate out there in Whitford, but it just got past him.
Yeah, couldn't quite get on the end of that one. Joshua Whitford leading up at the football. So a throw in. 26 minutes have ticked by. Half-time siren likely imminent. Jackson up against Deegan once more. Deegan from behind. John Geard is wrapped up in a strong tackle there. Manufacturing a kick somehow was Caswell. Then Rybelt hit the pack at speed, came charging through. He's going nowhere. And we'll have another ball up as Ben Camrick re-enters the fray. And he's always someone likely to make an impact out of stoppage. Some strength shown there, though, by Big Jackson. Just got rid of Deegan, then drives them deep inside 50. And the free kick had been paid before the mark was completed. And it's going to Big Nathan Hardy, who has a chance for their fourth.
Right in junk time too. 26 and 3/4 minutes gone in this second term.
Credit to Jackson. He's probably been well beaten in the ruck today, but the last couple of contests he's just kind of physically thrown Deegan out of there as a means of dealing with him. And it might lead to their fourth of the afternoon. It does. Straight through the middle from Nathan Hardy, as you'd expect. So 4 straight 24. The Demons still 6 goals behind the Magpies, though. We're going to have a very handy lead as we creep towards half-time. Can't be too far away.
Again, stops the run of 4 scoring shots to Glenorchy there, Drewy. So, yeah, North Hobart with a lot of work to do. They trail by 36 points. McCulloch back into the ruck. Got the 6-6-6 happening again. Thumbs up from all umpires. We'll see a ball up. So Deegan against McCulloch. Deegan flies high. McCulloch just taps it down. And Deegan goes back in and gets some more tackles. McCulloch comes out with it. The umpire's blown his whistle. Nice even contest there between the rucks. Norton tried to kick the footy away. It was slung, and the umpire will ball it up again. So when it gets in tight like this, it gets pretty ugly. Nothing happening off the ball as yet. Players very tired now. Camrick gets it forward, and it's siren sounds at half time. It is North Hobart 4-zip 24, Glenorchy 9-6-60. Goal kickers for North Hobart, 2 to Nathan Hardy, 1 for Caswell. All of those 3 are scored in the second term, and Riley Wood had the first goal of the North Hobart side game in the first term. For Glenorchy, it's 3 to Harrison Gunther, 2 to Adam Roberts and Matt Dilger, and then singles to Cal Daly with a miraculous piece of work. And Riley Cunners Oakley has one as well. What's the message at half-time, Drewy, for, let's say, Glenorchy first up?
Glenorchy, I think, is just keep doing what we're doing. And they'd be pretty happy with the current state of the game largely on their terms. They've controlled the bulk of the contest. There hasn't been perhaps as dominant as it threatened to be in the opening moments of this game, but they've got this one well in hand. As long as they don't implode and do anything silly, they'll be taking the 4 points here today.
And what about North Hobart? What's Coach Clinton French saying to his charges at half-time?
I'm not too sure what their approach is going to be. Depends if they still think they can win the game or not. I'm not sure if they do. They employed some fairly defensive tactics to try and strangle Glenorchy a little as the game's worn on. I suppose the thing you'd focus on is after the 5 minute mark, it's been 5 goals to 4. I suppose that's the positive you've got to cling to. We've been able to at least get ourselves back into it somewhat after the start and fight back on reasonably level terms. If we keep chipping away, maybe we can make some inroads. But a tough message to sell, I reckon, for the coach at the moment.
Yeah, for mine, it's got to be something about that Glenorchy half-back line of Wyatt, Blowfield, Meredith, Thompson, McKnight, Patterson, Turner when he's down there. They're just cutting them up around there, and I think it's Nathan Blowfield who's been the one doing the damage off half-back. We'll take a quick break here. It's half-time at North Hobart Oval. Glenorchy leading the Demons by 36 points. Tubes Taylor and Andrew Cooling coming back to you live for the third term in just a few moments. Stick around. We'll be right back. Third term about to get underway here at North Hobart Oval in this TSL round 13 match between North Hobart and Glenorchy. Tubes Taylor is my name, and I'm joined by Andrew Drew Cooling. Drewy, we've got a 36-point margin in there, and I'd like to think that North Hobart have got a bit in them to come back. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'd like to think that. No, I can't say I do think that, but right. Look, it's going to be a fair mountain facing North Hobart in this second half. They only produced 4 scoring shots in the entire first half. They're going to need to lift that pretty significantly. They were able to kind of fight back to around about level for most of the quarter, I suppose. It's just been little bursts where Glenorchy have kicked goals quickly. Kicked 3 goals in about 5 minutes midway through the second and 4 in the first 4 minutes of the game. Outside of those 2 passages, they've been okay, North Hobart.
Yeah, I think there's been some just break-open play where Deegan's tapped it down the throat of a running Camerick and he's delivered to Dilger, for instance. It's just been stuff like that that's probably broken the game open. Glenorchy are just really keen around the contest as well as they dive on the footy there. Sandrick gets it out, then just takes on a couple. And we'll see a ball up here again. First term underway. The margin, as I said, 36 points in favour of the Pies. Jackson's been okay in the ruck. Out it comes now to Patterson, and Patterson gets wrapped up in a tackle. That might be John Geard, actually. It is. So good to see him out there. I did see him come off in the second term just clutching at his knee again. So obviously he's got some trouble there. Out the back it comes. Nice little handball off to a running Nicholson. His kick's a little inside-outside tour, but goes to Dilger. Dilger gets it back to Nicholson. Nicholson goes in short. Out towards this man in Cooper Meredith, who gets wrapped up in a tackle. And we'll see a ball up. Inside forward 50 for Glenorchy. So another entry inside forward 50 for the Magpies. Jackson gets held off the footy. Nice tackle laid. That might be Rybelt at the bottom of that pack. It might not be too. See a ball up. Jackson out of the ruck again. Kicks it forward. Nice strong mark to Nicholson. So he takes his time to assess his options. He's got Deegan in the corridor if he wants. He decides against that. Goes in the Gunther direction. Going back for the flight. That was courageous there from Williams. A big tackle on Sandrick. He's been worn pretty heavily all day. Every time he's gone near the foot, he's had one or at least one hanging off him, if not 2. Deegan hits it back into the corridor. Nicely worked. Spinning out of trouble. That was great work there. Off to Rybelt. Now for chance for Blowfield. Blowfield got his handball away. No, he didn't. He held on to it in the Bingham tackle. We'll see another ball up. So a lot of contested work around the footy just now.
Yeah, Bingham's done well not to get in the back there. Did a good job to hold the tackle and forced the stoppage. Could have very easily infringed. So another one inside forward 50. Jackson dropped it, then picked it back up, got a kick away, didn't clear the area, and we're set for another stoppage. The umpire's going to try and let it develop, but the ball going absolutely nowhere. So Magpies look to lock it in here and start off quarter number 3 in style. Was Daly lurking at the feet here, and he gets it. It's Daly. Can he wriggle free? No, the pressure too great from the Demons' defence. There's a strong tackle laid there. Sandrick in there doing the defensive work. Another stoppage on the doorstep. They're knocking away here at the door. President of the Magpies, Deegan, won it down nicely into space. Demons first to the fall of it. Rybelt trying for a spectacular goal. Missed the ball, then copped a little bit after, which his teammates have taken exception to. And it's kicking off once again here. They're all in there. The umpire might be well served just to throw this ball back into play. It's exactly what's happened as it's boiling over. Now they're going to focus on the footy, although the umpire spotted a free kick off the ball to Glenorchy. Well, that's the last thing you need when you're having a day like the Magpies are. The Demons just to give away undisciplined free kicks off the ball. And Nick Rybelt will have a tight angle, but he should be able to just take a step inside, think his way through this and extend the lead to 7 goals.
Ooh.
Well, he ended up stepping inside, then going with the left foot banana anyway and missed it wide. That was very interesting, Tubesdale.
It was an awkward kick that came out rough, and then the Williams mark is taken out wider, still finds Hilda. Hilda now inside towards the corridor over Wyatt's head. Blowfield, who's got it on a string, out to Camerick. There's a player down, it's Wyatt. Now a chance for Walker. Walker down into Hardy's direction. Hardy's got a bit of work to do. Runs into another player. Handball out now and tackled. And we'll see a ball up. So there's a player down behind play. I think it's Wyatt. Yes, it is. He looks in a bit of pain. He's up on his feet now. Hardy in the ruck. Up against Deegan. Deegan does well. Out for Hardy. Hardy gets his kick, but it's smothered by Meredith going across his front. Umpire circling, and we'll see another ball up. Inside forward 50 for the D's. Norton, Meredith, Thompson. Ball up. Players around the footy here, Glenorchy. It's one down nicely by Hardy, out for Blowfield. Blowfield got his kick smothered. Now at the back, Hilda gets his kick around the corner, right to the top of the square. Caswell's underneath it. Life Hobart, quick kick, smothered nicely by Meredith. Ducking under the cover there was Bingham. And the umpire's calling for a ball up again. So contested footy here. They've locked it in, North Hobart. Jack Sandrick directing traffic from the forward 50. Life Hobart got his handball off. Coming through fast there was Whitford. Sandrick now for a chance for the captain to throw it on his left foot. Goes inside forward 50. Walker flew high. Couldn't quite take the mark. Out the back for Leaf Hobart. The umpire will ball it up again. So this is good signs for North Hobart, just keeping it in there forward 50. They're set up well behind the footy too. Numbers around the ball for Glenorchy. Hardy grabbed it out of the ruck, got a kick off the ground quickly. Here's a chance now around the corner. What a kick, is it bent through? Yes, beautiful work there by Finley Poke. He's got a goal for the North Hobart D's. Now Dilger's got a big fist full of Caswell's jumper, and the umpire's pulled out a free kick. It's on the ground. It might have been John Geard actually off the ball. Umpire's pulled out a free kick here. So beautiful goal to Finley Poke. And now fireworks all across North Hobart Oval.
Yeah, it is. He's kicking off out there. There's been plenty of ill will out there all afternoon. It's been really spot fires all across the ground at all times and boiling over once more here.
So a double free kick here. So Caswell's going to get it.
They got their first of the afternoon through a free kick, and just a little bit of ill discipline from the Magpies. keeping the Demons in this one.
So Caswell will go back, have another shot on goal. They've kicked 5 straight already. For 3 in a row for North Hobart. In comes Sam Caswell. Through the middle and he fires the boys up.
Well, he absolutely loved that. Samuel Caswell gave the celebration plenty. And my money would be on the North Hobart players just trying to goad another free kick here. There'll be the England and Glenorchy players know all about it. Seeing if they can't buy themselves another one. So back to 25 points here. The Magpies will want to be sure that they don't undo their good work around the ground with silly free kicks. They've gifted 2 goals away. And perhaps a pulse here for the Demons.
Well, I missed it. I think it was against John Geard, but I could be wrong.
So back to the centre we go. Empire just directing traffic. The double team being put on Bailey Walker in the middle. That's interesting. Hits the deck. A chance for Oakley. Handballs it back to Blowfield. Blowfield to Camerick. Camerick for Manson. Manson just can't keep that kick in the confines of the field. So free kick to Hugh Williams. The Demons with a chance here to dial up the pressure. It's not a great kick though from Williams. Straight to Camerick, who just waltzes past a tackle, walks the wing, then sends a kick in the half-forward direction for Roberts. Roberts got it nicely forward, and they're on here. They've got numbers everywhere, the Magpies. It's Meredith in the middle of the 50 arc who go back from 20 out directly in front.
You mentioned that 2 players were trying to go to Bailey Walker there. I think what was happening is Bailey Walker was trying to go with that man out on the wing, Ben Camerick, and he just didn't have the pace. It was nicely shepherded off him by Riley Oakley, but in comes Cooper Meredith.
So Meredith should slot this one home with no problems, and he does. The Magpies answer right back in a hurry. Their 10th of the afternoon, and they extend the lead back out to 31 points after giving a couple of goals there to the Demons, just creaking that door ajar a little. They'll be happy to get that one just to smack it back shut.
Yeah, I think you're right, Drewy. So Cooper Meredith getting the goal, but it all started with Ben Camerick at the wing, showing a bit of pace, a little bit of nip.
Bit of a willingness to take the game on, which we haven't actually seen from too many players out there today.
No, he's been very good, Ben Camerick. Blowfield's close to best on in mine, then maybe followed by Deegan. Camerick has certainly lit it up in this 3rd term, and he's had plenty of the footy too. Out the back now. Riley Oakley at the bottom of the pack. Patrick got it forward. Hardy works under the ball for Ty Turner. Nice work out the back for Hardy. Hardy's got 3. Well, the quick response for North Hobart's there. And the claps come from the North Hobart coach's box next to us. That was smart work. Luck's a fortune for Nathan Hardy, but he's got 3. North Hobart, as I say, get a quick response early in the 3rd term.
Well, they're taking their chances. 7 straight for the afternoon are the Demons. And in a game where you're being outchanced, you've got to make sure that you are efficient when you are getting looks at goal. And they have not erred at all today, the Demons. So 7 straight, 42. They keep within touch at 25 points. And it's goal for goal in quarter number 3 here at North Hobart Oval as Deegan won that one down. Oakley on the bottom of the pack. Try and get it free, but he's jumped on by McCulloch. And we'll have it, says the umpire. He'll throw it up in the middle of North Hobart. Deegan won it down, but Sandrick will get the kick away. Slung as he kicked it, swung it forwards. Great Mark Lythiber takes it. He moves it quickly, gets it going to the top of the square. He's got the big fella out the back. Here's another chance. Surely a goal for the Demons coming up. Oh, just losing his footing there was Bingham. Recovered, and it's just a behind. Bit of a missed opportunity there. Hardy and Bingham between them. I thought surely a goal was coming, Tubes.
It certainly should have been. Wyatt gets his kick out wide. Deegan ducks back in like a rover. Nicely handballed here to Meredith. It was Thompson that gave it off. Meredith's kick's a scrubber. Should be wrapped up here by Kilpatrick? It is. He handballs out to Young. Young short, out to Wood. Wood now's got Angus Norton short if he wants. McCulloch gives him an option and he goes in that direction. The number 14 on the back of Jack McCulloch's jersey is far too small for the man in it. Kick up the wing. Camrick chops it off. Too easy for Ben Camrick. So Camrick plays on quickly. Sends it to the forward 50. Dilger at the bottom. Does okay. Now Kilpatrick will wrap it up. Has an interesting bounce off to Williams. Williams' kick goes long, looking for Jackson. Jackson will gobble this one up nice and easy. Gussie Norton runs past, decides against that. Jackson here can kick it up to Nate Hardy if he wants. He looks in that direction finally. Hardy will back into the pack. Pushed off it was Leafheimer. Manson rather gets it off to Oakley. So Oakley at half back. Short one's on for Deegan. He goes in that direction. Umpire's just pulling it back here for whatever reason. So Oakley gets called to play on, goes back to Deegan. So a replay of what we just saw. Deegan back to Wyatt. Wyatt's got numbers on the far side. He goes in that direction. Beautiful use of the footy. Goes wide and finds Patterson. Patterson looks up. Longer still. Nicholson flew under the footy. Wood got his kick away just. Leafheimer. Umpire's called a free kick here. It's going to Leafheimer. Hold off the footy. So Leafheimer has it at centre wing here for North Hobart. No real movement from his forwards. They're just sort of gathering as a pack. So he decides to kick it into the maul. Big fly from Walker. Walker couldn't quite get it at the bottom of the pack. Oakley does a little throw over his hands to Geared. Geared looks for Blowfield and that one goes out of bounds. Boundary throwing.
Interesting to see Hugh Williams pushing up around the ball there. The reliable defender just trying to spark his team, get up and make something happen. Just rolling up off half back there and following the play a bit. So back into play. It'll be Jackson against Deegan, and Deegan with a decisive fist thumping the ball forwards there, and it's led to a lovely run here. Out the back is Gunther if he can get it to him. He did, and he'll go back for goal number 4. That is superb transition football and wall sparked by a huge hit out from James Deegan.
Yeah, a volleyball strike down to Whitford. Whitford using his pace to run through North Hobart Oval, and then the delivery was great. Gave it to the advantage of Gunther, and Gunther just gobbles those ones.
Yeah, if he can kick it to a one-on-one where he's allowed to leap at the football, not too many are going to stop him. He's got a lovely pair of hands, Harrison Gunther. So he's had a pretty good afternoon with 3 already. He can go back for his 4th and extend the lead to an even 5 goals. So he strides on in, shouldn't miss from here, and steers it through comfortably. So the Magpies get their 11th of the afternoon, and Harry Gunther has 4 of them.
Yeah, beautiful kick too. He's kicked that one down to clear his gates. Someone will have to go and get that, Sharon. But just a beautiful passage of play, and you could see Deegan's hit out there that just hit it to space, used the pace, as I said, of Josh Whitford, who just ran on and delivered it beautifully. I'm not even sure who was running with Josh Whitford, but it looked like he put a gap in him pretty easily.
No one by the time he had the football.
Yeah. So, back in the middle. Ruck contest, Jackson up against Deegan. Deegan did well. The former Hobart Chargers basketballer. He's 2nd or 3rd year out at Glenorchy. Doing well today. It's been a great battle between him and Big Jacko Jackson. Umpire ball it up again. Not a lot of space in the clinches here at North Hobart Oval. Wrapped up pretty quickly. Jackson fists this one down. Caswell has a bit of time and space. It was great work down there from Cooper Lee. His kick went the opposite way though. Wood got it out now. Got to go for it here. And he did. was Joseph. So Joseph looks up. Short one's on. Deegan, who's had a lot of it. Love to see his stats later on. It's been very, very good. Beautiful long kick towards Dilger. Daly just got his kick away just. Williams went back with a flight. Oh, it's all Collingwood. It's all Magpies jumpers here. It was Cooper Hills that got the behind. Gee, I'm having a nightmare there. Just giving myself an upgrade from TSL to AFL football.
Well, I'm sure the Collingwood Magpies would like to be able to score goals as readily as their Glenorchy counterparts have this afternoon. As this one goes towards the wing and doing nicely to come through. It was McKnight, but his kick was well smothered by Sandrick. They'll launch it forwards back the other way, but the intercept mark taken down there by Joseph. He gets it moving quickly because he spied Deegan in plenty of space, and Deegan will drive them deep inside 50 once more. It's a searching kick. Comes into the pocket. Callan Daly was lurking. It's Daly from the boundary, doing what Callan Daly does, and kicks his second spectacular goal of the afternoon. Oh, lovely stuff from Callan Daly.
Wow.
And the Magpies have now doubled the Demons' score.
Absolutely amazing stuff from Cal Daly. Absolutely sensational. And I said it at the start of the game, before we even got on air, I said, just watch Cal Daly today.
Where's the evidence? I don't think anyone watching at home's got any track of that. No, I can confirm to the viewers, Tubes was waxing about Callan Daly, about how much he was looking forward to watching him and how he was going to light up the ground today. And awfully prescient from you, Tubes.
Yeah, he's got the fluorescent yellow boots on today with a flash of green. And he's used them perfectly for his couple. And he's down there signalling goal as well. He's loving the Cal Daly show. Out it comes now, geared with a handball up to Camerick. Camerick uses his little pistons and sends it inside forward 50. Gunther flew high, down the back for Roberts. Now that it comes back to Gunther, who gets past one but can't get past three. His kick goes out wide, the Demons play. Now inside forward 50 by Blowfield. Blowfield kicks the ball high. Gunther across the front of the pack. Takes a great mark. And Harrison Gunther will go back and have a set shot for his 5th goal of the day. We talk about Blowfield. We haven't waxed on too much about this guy today, but that was sensational stuff from Gunther.
He's just dominating the skies down there at the moment. He's pulling everything down.
Well, that was beautiful, wasn't it? A little scarecrow across the front of the pack, just arms up, bang, clunk. So Harry Gunther will go back, have a shot on goal to really put a gap in them. 37 points the margin right now. This to push it out to 43. It's a nice kick off the boot, but it's terrible, really. His first behind for the day.
It's been fantastic. That was not so fantastic. Horrible kick out. Invites all sorts of danger. They might just be able to extricate themselves through Young, and they will. He'll send it out for a searching lead from Lifefiber, who at full extension is just able to bring that one down as he slid across the line. Made to work for it, but did really well there, the North Hobart live wire. And they go a long way up the ground to get his kicks here as he swings this in the direction of McCulloch over his head and out for a throw in. 38 points the margin as we're in red time in quarter number 3. The Magpies well on their way to victory in this one against the last place Demons, still stuck on just the one win for the year. Camerick just unable to track that one down. We'll have another ball in. The sun's starting to set down here a little. It's been a pretty good afternoon for football, although the hosts' day being soured somewhat by this result. The Magpies looking set for win at number 4. Deegan has been so good today and he won that one down, but it was a nice tackle laid in there by Leake. So another ball up. Just about centre wing. Sun in Deegan's eyes, he just missed the ball. Sandrick slung as he tried to get the kick away. He'll go again with the ball up.
We get stats on ball-ups. There's been a lot.
There has been an awful amount of them today, as this one's brought down, and we might be set for yet another, because you're not escaping that tackle.
No.
81 to 43 the lead as the game just in a holding pattern. The two ruckmen just holding each other rather than going for the ball. Eventually a clear and kick, and Lifefiber comes out and on his knees slides to take a second good mark in as many moments. He'll swing them forward here, just over the head of McCulloch. It spills out the back. They'll sweep it across to Manson. Manson, ugly looking kick. He's turned it over in a dangerous spot here. Tumbling kick forward. They won't pay the price. There's plenty of numbers parked back here. Clearing it away and finding the relieving mark in Whitford. And Whitford can reload from half back.
So Whitford at half back goes back across the face of goals. Finds his teammate there in Patterson. That short one's on now for Nicholson. Nicholson gets his handball off to Camerick. Camerick just operating in a little phone box, goes out wide. Finds his man on the far wing. He gets called to play on. Short one's on here to Manson. He takes the double grabber. He's got Blowfield out wide if he wants. He decides against that, sells a bit of candy. Goes through the middle of North Hobart over to Daly. Daly's got it. He looks up, spins around. Gunther's in the pocket. He leads that way. It's not going to make that journey. And Jackson goes back with the flight and takes a nice easy one. So Jackson goes right back to the line of defence and finds Wilmot. Wilmot with a short option on here in Young. He goes further afield, and that's a terrible kick because he held it up too much and Dilger was able to go across and spoil. So ball in front of the Doug place to stand here at North Hobart Oval. Another goal here just puts a lot of doubt into the minds of North Hobart if it's not already there. Spinning out of trouble, Whitford gets it around the corner. Quick kick, Gunther in the right spot, works to the front of the pack, can't quite, tries to kick it off the ground. Diving on the footy, the Demons' defence is desperate here. They go back to go forward now. A quick handball out, finds Jackson. It wasn't Jackson at all, it was Millhouse, whose kick finds Camerick. Camerick has geared in the middle. He decides to go in that direction oppositely and finds Rybelt. Now back to Camerick. Here's a chance for Manson. Manson to Camerick. Camerick gets wrapped up by Kilpatrick and he's called for a trip. So Camerick lucky there.
Yeah, the free kick was there, but he did get a little bit lucky. Bit off a little more than he could chew.
Short one's on here to Roberts, who was very good in the first term with 2 goals. And he'll go back and have a shot at his third. Right on his distance here, I reckon, Drewy.
He'll take his best.
Yep.
As you said, 2 goals in the first quarter. Gone out of it a little since then, but been a good option for them today.
In comes Adam Roberts from just inside 50. Kicks on its way. He's not going to make the journey. Jackson flew high. There's been a hold here. It's going to Gunther. So Gunther will get a kick from inside the square here. He'll go back from right in front and kick his 5th.
The way he's been hitting him today, this could end up on the highway. No, he's just going to ease it through.
Smart. That's number 5 for Harrison Gunther. The 4th goal of the term for Glenorchy. And just when you thought in the early stages of this third term North Hobart were coming back, Glenorchy have had the last 4 scoring shots and kicked 3 goals, 1. And picked it right back.
They're putting it on the scoreboard now. They've been the better side and getting their reward for it.
Well, in this term, Drewy, it's been 4 goals straight, or 4 goals, 1 behind rather, to North Hobart, to 4 goals, 1. So it's pretty even in this term. But around the grounds, I feel like it's been all Glenorchy.
So back to the middle we go once more. One down by McCulloch, but straight to Camerick. He'll swing the Magpies forward once more, but that one well intercepted back there. Williams is off his mark. Now eventually he's going to be called to play. He'll drive this one as far as he can kick it. A 2-on-1 though in favour of the Magpies. So doing pretty well was Caswell to bounce away with it, considered. Got it back to Norton. They play with some handballs there. It was Walker rather. And they'll go back again, but they're losing ground. Kilpatrick has scored it out of play there. Just didn't have anything he fancied to kick it to. Delayed sending it forwards, and in the end taken over the line. So another throw in here late in quarter number 3. 3 quarters, 3 time. Here we go, back through the middle. Just getting away McCulloch. I'm just going to stop talking mid-sentence there, Tubes. I lost what I was going to say. Is here's Sandrick, somehow skipping through Jack Sandrick. driving it deep inside 50, but the defensive fist came and through for just a minor score.
So, the rush behind is the first score in the last 5 for a while. Whitford now at half back for Glenorchy. Looks longer still. Going towards Deegan. McCulloch will wrap this one up. He had the better position. Worked Deegan under the footy nicely. Really want to see the font increase on his jumper number on the back, as it's almost the same size as the one on the front. There's the 3/4 time siren. So North Hobart 7-2-44, trail Glenorchy 13-9-87. Goal kickers for North Hobart, 3 to Nathan Harley, 2 to Sam Caswell, and singles to Finley Polk and Riley Wood. For Glenorchy, it's 5 goals, 1 to Harrison Gunther, then 2 to Matt Dilger and Cal Daly. They were both extremely good goals, Cal Daly's. 2 to Adam Roberts, of course, and 1 to Cooper Meredith. And the margin is 43 points here, so 7 goals, 1 they need. Drewy.
That would seem optimistic, Tubes. They'll have to match what they've scored for the entire match and not concede.
Yep. Well, we'll see what happens in the final instalment here from North Hobart Oval. It's TSL action live from North Hobart, round 13. North Hobart trailing Glenorchy by 43 points. Tubes Taylor and Drew Cooling coming to you next for the 4th term. Stick around, we'll be right back. Final term about to get underway here at North Hobart Oval, TSL round 13. It's a 43-point margin in favour of Glenorchy. Tubes Taylor and Drew Cooling with you here. Well, I think, as you said before we broke for the three-quarter time huddles, Drewy, that it's wishful thinking for North Hobart, but they've given a lot more in that last term. They equalled the score of their counterparts. In fact, it was one behind less than what Glenorchy got, so they've stepped it up a little bit.
Yeah, they've hung in there. It's played out fairly similarly to the first meeting, really. Glenorchy doing all the damage in the first quarter, setting up a big lead, and then it was reasonably evenly matched for the next three terms, but Glenorchy always with kind of the victory pretty much wrapped up, and thus far that's been the script we've followed here this afternoon as we're underway in the final term, and Deegan has been magnificent, wins that down beautifully. Skipping through there was Thompson with the handball off to Whitford inside 50, and that's a good mark taken there. Strong hands. So again, they've just been dominant out of the circle all match long, really. They've got these clearances, and Dilger, is this his third? He'll be going back for today?
He'll be going back for his third goal, yeah.
Yeah, so a chance for goal number 3. And he kicked one from near similar position, again from a centre clearance in quarter number 2, which lead out to this pocket, and they've got pretty good service out of the midfield today. So he'll go in for his third, but he's hooked this one a little, and it drifts across the face for a minor score.
So behind there for Matty Dilger. Out the ball comes, very quickly movement by the North Hobart footy team. Now the quick kick by Sandrick will find Leaf Hobart. Leaf Hobart needs to move the ball quickly. He's got Hardy running back into the space. Ty Turner goes back and gets to the front. Nicely worked. No free kick pulled out there. Big throw there. Umpire said no free kick. Play on was the call. The Magpies just quickly moved the ball out, and happy to see it across the line there as Cooper Meredith. Well, there was a couple of free kicks missed there. I thought Ty Turner had his jumper tugged, and I felt like Josh Hilder might have been slung around in a tackle. But umpire said, no tubes, you mind your own business. It's play on. Fisted down to Kilpatrick. Going back to his teammate there in Smith, who got it forward. Trying to take the mark down there was Bingham, couldn't quite. Caswell got the handball over the top. Now sells a bit more candy. He's got a candy shop there, Caswell. Goes on his non-preferred. Sandrick's going to have to go hard at this one. He got it up to Leaf Hobart. Leaf Hobart's kick goes in towards Hardy. Hardy smart. Gets it back off the ground for Bailey. Smart work there by Nathan Hardy. And Bailey Walker has got his first. And exactly the start North Hobart needed in the early stages of this term, Drewy.
Really, really clever there from Nathan Hardy. Just used his big frame just to shield the ball. Saw he had a couple of runners running behind him and just went the old scoop through the legs, just knocked it between there. And picked out the teammate who finishes. It was really well done from the full forward. Often tough for the big men when it's kind of sent in below their knees like that, but really dexterous stuff from the big fella.
No, it was clever football.
So great start to the final term there for the Demons. Probably just pride on the line for them at this stage, but they'll want to put in a four-quarter effort. Can they find another goal here through a centre break? They're getting over shoulder the free kick and taking the advantages. Jackson gets it moving quickly, goes looking for Hardy, but just dropping back into the space. The intercept mark was taken and he moved it on quickly. Sent it wide in the direction of Whitford. Whitford jukes inside, thought about giving the handball, then just held off. Might have been better off because his second one missed the target. And now Lifeover will send it into Hardy direction once more. Too strong. Here's Hardy. Too strong for Ty Turner. And he'll go back. And we'll try and cut the margin.
Well, we saw this in the first half, Drewy. It was the opposite, though, with North Hobart's inability to hit targets with handballs and kicks. That was just a straight-up turnover and smart work to kick it to Hardy there from Leaf Hobart into his advantage, at least.
He's been a big presence up front today for North Hobart. Can he slide through? He's at second in as many moments he can. So the Demons get 2 quickly on the bounce. And Nathan Hardy, once again, at the heart of it.
Yeah, he's kicked 4 goals now, Nathan Hardy. So a great little response from him for his North Hobart footy side. And they've got 2 in very quick succession. And that margin now back to 33.
32, I reckon, Chiefs.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
They need 33 points, is obviously what you meant.
Yeah. No, that's not obviously what I meant.
Not playing for draws here,
I
Chiefs.
added it up wrong. So 32 points. So just the start they wanted, North Hobart. Back in the middle. They're just looking for quick movement here. Williams in the middle now. Got his kick forward. Leaf Hobart's going to fight this one. Hot on his hammer, though. Manson does well. Kicked off the ground. Here's a chance now for Walker. Walker just needs a clean pick-up. He can't quite. He gets tackled nicely by Patterson. Leaf Hobart got his quick kick. Umpire's whistles goes. No, it wasn't at all. Now a chance out the back for Blowfield. Blowfield gets tackled by Leaf Hobart. And this one stays out of bounds nearly. Gee, I felt like that one was out a long time before the whistle went. And we'll see a ball up.
Did well to just keep it in motion there, the Demons. Get some extra distance. A couple of times looked like they might be halted.
I reckon the direction here from North Hobart coaches is just to move the ball fast, fast, fast. Quick kick by Jackson. Now Deegan, who gets a big torpedo out of the middle of North Hobart Oval, but it's coming straight back. Williams, who's just playing that general's role down back, does well, gets it deep inside forward 50, flies at the mark there, does McCulloch. Jackson goes through traffic, handballs off to McCulloch, McCulloch to Walker, Walker for 2 in the term. Gee, that's a rubbish kick.
That's a coach killer, that one. Just got to take every chance if there's any hope of pulling back this big lead. You can't be missing those.
Hit the fat side of the footy, didn't he?
The intent has been there. It's been a bright start to this final term from the Demons, who are certainly moving the ball forward with some purpose, but just about have to be perfect from this point. And a really costly miss, that one, as this one's locked up on centre wing once more. So 31 points is the margin. We've travelled 6 minutes into the final term. It's going to be Deegan up against Jackson in the ruck. Jackson takes it away from him and sends it forward for the Demons. Lee Fibre couldn't control it, goes back and gathers eventually, gave it back to Williams, who just slams it on the boot once more. Hardy's going to be the target, and Hardy with raw power and strength brings down another one.
Just rode the ball beautifully there, didn't he? Just followed it through the air and just managed to get to the fall of the footy and took a chest mark in the end.
He has been a towering presence, and he could cut the margin to 25 points here and just maybe send her through a few shivers through the Glenorchy Magpies playing group. It'll be as close as they've been able to get since about the first quarter. So a big kick here for Nathan Hardy, who has been some focal point up for today. He has dominated up there. Can he produce the goal his side needs? He comes in. He steers it towards home and he splits the middle. They're back within 25. They're not without a chance here, the Demons. They need a lot to go right, but they've given themselves a little bit of a glimmer here, Tubes.
Just freer moving footy. I think Jackson's been the catalyst in the middle. He's just taking it upon himself to wrestle away with James Deegan and just getting quick kicks forward. Brilliant stuff by the big man, and Hardy as well. Just some big bodies for North Hobart getting around the footy, and I think the movement of Williams into the middle has been very, very good. It's going to be a warning here for North Hobart, I reckon. A lot of talk there. Not sure whether they got an official warning, who knows. But we're back in the middle. Rucks fly at it. McCulloch got it back only as far as Camerick. Camerick's handball goes out towards Nicholson. Nicholson just ran over the footy. Leaf Hiber, though, dives on the footy, got it out somehow. Williams trying hard, gets wrapped up in a Nicholson tackle. We'll see a ball up. 8 minutes gone in the final term. It's a 25-point margin in favour of Glenorchy. Rucks do battle again. McCulloch wins it down. Daly got his handball out wide. Goes to Thompson. Thompson's short one. Finds a teammate there in Rybelt. Rybelt back to Thompson. Thompson just with a little 9-9 chip. This will be wrapped up nicely. Easily done down there by the Demons. They go out wide. Jackson leaves it for... rather, it wasn't Jackson at all. It was Millhouse that left it for Jackson. Jackson's kick goes inside forward. It was Millhouse's kick rather. And spinning around is McCulloch. Was Hardy. Now a chance for Kilpatrick going short. Finds a teammate down there, and Cooper Leake will go back and have a shot at goal. Wow.
They're playing a lot quicker. They're moving the ball forwards with some real purpose. And for the first time all day, it's giving their forwards some looks at some one-on-ones and some uncontested marks. The slow ball movement they kind of had for the first 3 quarters, the patient methodological build-up, that's all gone. They're just getting it forwards, and it is working for them.
Well, they're playing fast footy. In comes Cooper Leak. We've got a great shot from directly behind him here. The young demon comes in and just sprays it out on the full. Wow.
Costly.
So White's going to take it from the full-back line now. Plays on quickly. This one will come out wide. Deegan's his target. Kilpatrick will fly at it uncontested. He plays on quickly, like this from the North Hobart Demons. Quick kick on goal. Leafheimer's down there by himself, right in the square. Plays on quickly, goal. So Tom Leafheimer has one. It came from the Kilpatrick mark. And smart work by Kilpatrick to play on fast. And Leafheimer just as the recipient in the goal square. Wow.
Well,
Drewy.
Well, I didn't see this coming. I mean, they kicked 7 goals in the first 3 terms. They've kicked 4 in the first 10 minutes of the last. It's just been a flick of the switch and a complete change in approach. They're taking risks. They are playing on. And Glenorchy, look, they look like they've just kind of gone into hold-on mode and perhaps a little bit early here. A goal would really steady things, but just for the time being, this is quite the assault being launched by the Demons. Back within 19 points.
Wow.
They're certainly giving them a bit to think about here. Can they keep building towards this comeback? There's Deegan, so dominant for 3 quarters. Suddenly the midfield dominance has gone the other way in this final term, but the Magpies with a chance to break here and send the ball forwards. Here's the classy Camerick, but he runs into trouble and he's brought down. Well. This game has done a huge 180, and it's suddenly pulsating with confidence of the Demons, and they'll move the ball quickly once more out to the experienced Williams. I've loved his move just to push up the ground a little more and get involved. It's been a bit of a catalyst. He sends this one to half forward. How will it bounce in favour of the Magpies? Slung without the football there. It's got to be a free kick to McKnight. Just let that one linger.
I thought that might have been a free kick to Bingham for incorrect disposal, to be fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. But once that one wasn't called, this one always was. So I'm sure both teams would be claiming the free kick there. Gunther takes it and just says, steady it down, boys. Let's settle. He's been isolated inside 50 this quarter, and I tell you what, that is anything but steady from Harrison Gunther under no pressure. Just kicks it 20 metres straight out of bounds. Gifts the ball to the Demons. They might just be getting to these Magpies a little. They're starting to look, dare I say, a little bit rattled for the time being. Long from Yates, sends it to half forward. Magpies with the numbers. Geared couldn't complete the mark. Ball on the ground in dispute. On the bottom of this pack is McCulloch. It's going nowhere. We'll have a ball up.
Wow, what a game of footy we're witnessing here at North Hobart Oval. The lights are on, the sun is setting, and it's set up for a big last 20 or so minutes. Ruck contest here at just forward to centre for the D's. Trying hard down there was Cooper Hills. He's wrapped up in a tackle, and we'll see a ball up right on the centre of wing here on the broadcast side. What a game of footy. Deegan gets forced under the footy. Camerick got slung as he tackled, but he got it forward. Now the quick handball out. Whitford with a couple of fresh set of heels. Throws it on the boot, deep inside forward 50. Daly's down there. Williams does well. Punches it across the boundary, across the line for a rush behind. He'll take the kick out now. He's going towards McCulloch. He's got a couple to beat here. Deegan will float across the front of the pack. He's got a hold of it. His handball just came out. Ty Turner took the ball out of bounds. And we'll see a ball in.
He's just about in the third row when he kicked that one, so fairly easy for the boundary umpire on that occasion. Glenorchy could badly do with a steadying goal here. Their lead has been cut to just 20 points. It's still fairly comfortable, but for the first time all day, there's a real threat about the Demons. And you sense they're not out of this one just yet. Bit of a shallow throw will make Deegan work for it. He got there in the end, and this one's going to go out of play once more, but over the shoulder. The free kick paid against Geared. It'll go the way of the Demons, and Kilpatrick, who's really lifted his output in the second half. And he'll wheel and go once more. show a bit of dash and send it into the middle. Big contest. Lee Fiber came from behind. Couldn't quite complete the mark. McKnight handballed backwards. And they're working it back to Camerick. They're losing ground but keeping a hold of the football. Blowfield, he sends the handball out. Just cleverly tapped into the path of Camerick, who gets slung down by Lee Fiber. And out of play for a throw in once more.
I like that from Lee Fiber. Just great attack on the footy from the young man.
He's gotten himself involved here in this final quarter a bit more as Lee Fiber. He's really lively type in the forward line. Can conjure something out of nothing. That type of operator is back into play. Another slightly shallow throw. Deegan, was he tackled without it? Ball comes back to Camerick, who swings one towards half forward. The mark taken and quickly playing on is Nicholson. Nicholson just chips it into the pocket. They had numbers everywhere. Will he look to move it quickly? McKnight, he's played on. The umpire eventually calls him here. Ty Turner ran into trouble. It's out of play, and he's made an absolute mess of that one, Shoes.
Yep, my man's just gone up forward into regions of unknown for him, and he's got a bit keen. He was looking for Cal Daly short. He went one way, went the other, got called to play on, didn't hear the call, and it's going to go right down to the wire here, but it's inside forward 50 for the Magpies. They'd love to see a goal here just to steady the ship a little bit. Boundary throw-in. Here's another shallow one. Deegan runs to the front, gets these hands on the footy. Then Jackson, just out of nowhere, gets his kick. And Gunther should wrap this one up nice and easy. Free kick going to Gunther. The umpire signalled the wrong way there. And Gunther will take the kick. So he looks up. He's got Turner leading out for him. He decides against that. He's got Dilger in the pocket. He goes in that direction. It's all jumpers, red and blue jumpers here. And it's gobbled up by Jackson, who goes out to Norton. Norton plays on quickly into the middle of North Hobart Oval, finds Williams. Williams looks up. He's got Caswell short. He decides against that and goes further afield out towards Poke. The kick was okay. It just lands inside the field of play. Trying hard down there was Millhouse, who got pushed in the back. So luck's a fortune for him. He's got a free kick. Play on's the call. Quickly swings around onto the left. It's Wyatt's ball to lose here, and he just gobbles it up on the third attempt, takes the mark.
Good relieving mark taken by the experienced Darian Wyatt, and he'll settle things down here. One more goal would do it for the Magpies, if they haven't got enough already. Just eating up the minutes. Just keeping a hold of the ball, which they've really struggled to do in this final term. It's been the Demons who've certainly had a lot more of the footy. But this is good composure being shown just at the moment to just eat a little bit of game clock up. Camerick chips it wide. They can eat some seconds off here. It would serve them well. Eventually they're going to be forced to drive this one long down the line. Should favour the ruckman in Jackson, who's just perched himself behind the ball and chopped off a couple. That was a terrible kick though. Really invited pressure on Kilpatrick. Ball still in dispute, trying to get rid of it. Kilpatrick did well to get his handball out. Found Smith, who sent it further wide. The ball going in, and the umpire spotted something. It's going to be a free kick going the way of the Demons. So they'll take it, and they'll look to move it quickly, as they have all throughout this final term. It's been terrific intent. The ball to half forward. Comes down and tackled strongly was Kilpatrick again. Handball out the back from Blowfield. Now a tumbling kick forwards. Dilger just playing for the free kick, and he gets it.
Well, you can't hold a bloke if he hasn't got the footy.
Yep, he did it well and worked it across there to Nicholson. Nicholson sends them inside 50 once more. Not his best delivery on this occasion. Slapped inside there by Norton. Handball to Williams. They'll charge off half-back once more. Williams swings the handball out to McCulloch. He'll drive them forward in the direction of the dangerous Hardy. It was a 2-on-1 in favour of the Magpies. Patterson, they've got the numbers. He can be composed here, take his time, and does. Chips it to the prolific Blowfield. And Blowfield assesses the options, chips it in short. Given a little bit after completing the mark is Manson. He's going to stay down and eat up some more precious seconds, Tubes Taylor.
He'll gobble it up here, Manson. So young Isaac Manson from half back. Short one. Bailey Walker gets underneath the footy, trying to tap it on is Smith. Can't quite. We'll see another ball up. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Check when the stats come out. How many ball ups were there? How hard have the umpires been working today? White wins it down. Camrick with some space just sends it forward. Nice contest here. Meredith trying hard, works his way to the front of the pack, and just the ball's gone out of bounds. Cooper Meredith doesn't think so. But the umpire was right on it, and we'll see a ball in. Hugh Williams nominating for the ruck. He's going to go up against Callum Thompson. Williams takes it out of the ruck, gets it off to Sandrick. Sandrick with an up and down kick, finds Leaf Hyber with a strong mark. Needs to turn around. Blowfield's the only one down there. He plays on quickly and got himself into a bit of trouble and kept going, did Leaf Hyber. Now a chance for Caswell. Caswell needs to work hard because he's surrounded by black and white. Camrick with a fend off, gets his handball off to Manson. Manson with a short one, out wide, finds his teammate in Roberts. Roberts stops and just slows things down because there's not a lot to kick to. Each team with a couple behind the ball. So Roberts' kick goes up towards Ty Turner. Flying at the back there is Walker. And he takes a nice contested grab in front of what seems to be his mum and dad down here. Umpire's going to pull him back for that. Got to go back behind the mark, Bailey. Must be called to play on now. He's gone a country mile wide. Williams, wider still.
So they pull the switch along the outside and drive it forward once more. Time becoming an enemy. Kilpatrick out after this one, but just going to run out of real estate. And Glenorchy, just in the last 10 minutes, they haven't scored a goal, but they've prevented North Hobart from scoring one. Yep. And that might be enough. Very tough now. They're going to need 4 goals in red time. They've done well just to run some game clock and just halt the charge they were on. The Demons won't give up, though. They've kept on fighting. Camrick back after this one. One way, then the other, and then swings an awkward-looking kick straight out of plate and straight out over the stands. It wasn't close either.
No, that's cleared the George Miller stand. That might even end up in Wignall Street, not just Ryde Street. That might have cleared a couple of sets of houses. So we've got the footy coming back from the Letitia Street end. Millhouse will take it. He plays on quickly, gets a nice shepherd from Kilpatrick. The long kick inside forward 50 wide will gobble that one up. McCulloch gives him one in the back of the scone to go with. He's played a good game, Darian White. Wearing a pair of, can only be described as khaki boots. His little chip. By little, I mean 35, 40 metres. Kilpatrick flew high, geared at the back, got it off to Camrick. Camrick goes looking for Meredith, and that one's out on the full. So they'll get another look at it here, North Hobart. It'll be a free kick to Wilmot.
So they're going to have to go quickly here. Sandrick has the ball at half-back. He's going to send it deep into defence, and they're going to try and go the full switch, but they've lost a lot of ground in the process, which allows the Magpies just to peel across. That's a really good mark from Williams and played it nicely, worked it inside to Norton. Can Norton find a target? Well, he did. Not his intended target, but it worked. Got it back to Poke. Poke sends it deep into the 50, but it's picked off back there by Patterson, who just steady it down once more.
Poor execution again, hurting the D's.
It's plagued them all afternoon as Deegan just getting in the back of Leaf Fibre there. Fell to Williams, who just stand it up. Should favour the Magpies, but it bounced just in front of White. Was an awkward one. Dealt with it well. Gunther's dropped back into defence. He'll send them forward. Just trying to trap it almost with Smith. Spilled out the back here for Wilmot. Foot race here, and he's brought down. Great work there from Cooper Meredith.
Yeah, great tackle. Holding the footy too.
Had to be. So Meredith wins that, and he can go back here and ice the ball game.
Yep. And he kicked one in the third term, Cooper Meredith. So I'm backing him home to kick this one.
They've stiffened defensively in the final quarter here. They've done just enough.
Well, I can tell you what it is. Harrison Gunther's gone behind the footy.
And that certainly helps as Cooper Meredith comes in to make sure of the victory. He drives it home. The Magpies will be victorious. 26 points the margin. I think they've already done enough anyhow, but there it is for sure. Glenorchy will get the victory. They've been made to earn it here in the final term, but on the balance of play, they have been the better side today, Chips Taylor.
No, they definitely have, without a doubt. A little scare probably went through the the Glenorchy camp when they kicked 4 straight goals, North Hobart, in this final term. But as you said, they've stiffened. They've got a little bit more defensively structured, and they're playing a much better brand of footy in this last little bit, just to lock the ball in a bit and not give the free run to North Hobart. A couple of big bulls go at it again. Out comes Sandrick. Sandrick sprints through the middle of North Hobart Oval, sends it long down towards Hardy. Hardy's got to get to this one. He does on the double grab.
Jeez, he's dominated.
He's just such a great contested mark. They haven't really... They've put a few different players on him. We'll go back for number 6 here, Drewy. I think he'll run around, surely. In he comes. Hardy swings around and just pulls it too far. His first blemish on his score sheet.
Once he kicked 5 and set up another with that fancy lure between the legs.
Tap. Yep.
It's been a good day. Bunch of contested marks. He's fought hard and given his team a chance. As that's well picked off by Yates, who sends them inside 50 and almost too much on it, but the mark eventually taken there by Kilpatrick, who knows he has no time to waste whatsoever. He'd have to kick this and then they'd have to walk it out of the middle rapidly about 4 more times, but Kilpatrick to cut the margin back to 19 points here. He wheels onto the left, and he's just hung that one out to the right. Won't have the distance in the end, and off hands for a throw in.
Well, that's a better result for North Hobart than a behind, to be fair. 25 points the margin, with 25 gone in the final term. North Hobart 11-4-70 trail Glenorchy by 25 points, 14-11, 95. It's closer than I thought it was going to be after the 3/4 time score. Ruck contest one out here, and it's going to be another boundary throw-in. I think this brand of footy that North Hobart have played in the final term, despite the last maybe 10 or 15 minutes, it's been stoppage. But that free-flowing, running footy is what North Hobart want to be concentrating on for the next few games. Hardy in the ruck, wins it down. Gunther comes through with a little smart tap. Caswell now gets his kick just, but it's going to be wrapped up here and easily marked by Glenorchy.
So time close to expiring here as they chip it out to Blowfield, who's had an outstanding day. And he chips this one up to Nicholson, who's also been very good. I reckon he's sent his side inside 50 more than any other player on the ground. He's been a really good link man today. As Oakley chips back inside. They're just knocking it around, awaiting the final siren now. Chipped into the middle. And Gunther made his mark up forward. It's such a great outlet for them. That kick just spoiled a little bit, so Williams is forced to play on. Sandrick tumbling over the top. The umpire's called a throw, so a free kick going the way of the Magpies, not messing about with it, was Whitford, squared it in a horrible fashion, butchered it straight to Bailey Walker. The Demons will take back over, although Caswell then finds himself smothered by Roberts, who gets a second crack at it, slung as he kicked, just impacts it a little into the middle. Sandrick with 2 to beat. The tackle laid, and he has paid the in the back. It was always looking likely there. And there is the final siren. The Magpies victorious by 25 points. And, well, they had 4 goals on the board in a blink of an eye this afternoon. They raced out to what would basically be the final margin at the end of the day. From there, North Hobart fought back pretty well, but the damage well and truly done. You just can't give yourselves a 4-goal handicap in this competition like that, Chips.
No, you can't, Drewy, and we saw that they were pretty evenly matched for the rest of the game, these two sides. We saw North Hobart peg 4 in a row back there in the early stages of the 4th term. Goal kickers for North Hobart, 5 to Nathan Hardy, 2 to Sam Caswell, then singles to Bailey Walker, Finley Poke and Tom Leaf Hobart. Oh, and Riley Wood had 1 too. For Glenorchy, it was 5 to Harrison Gunther, 2 to Adam Roberts, 2 to Cal Daly, 2 to Matt Dilger, 2 to Cooper Meredith, and 1 to Cunners Oakley, that is Riley Oakley. And better players on the day. I thought James Deegan was excellent for Glenorchy all day. I thought his ruck work, but his follow-up work around the ground too was fantastic. Adam Roberts was good. Darian White was excellent on half-back, along with his other half-backers of Nathan J. Blowfield and Cooper Meredith and Cal Thompson were very good. Nicholson as well running through the middle was fantastic. Dilger with a couple of goals and Harrison Gunther with 5 for North Hobart. Well, it was hard for me to choose, but I feel like Nick Jackson in the ruck. I know I picked the ruckman out. I love the big men, but they were both very good around the ground. I know there were times where big James Deegan was manhandled by Jackson, but he was pretty good too. Cal Kilpatrick was pretty good. Jack Sandrick was pretty good. Sam Caswell was pretty good. Bailey Walker, the 2 Williams boys, of course, put in every single week. But it was just the class of Glenorchy and their ability to finish, and they were excellent. 25 scoring shots to 15. You generally run out winners, don't you?
Yeah, they deserve their victory. There's no doubt the Magpies. North Hobart, well, their accurate kicking kept them reasonably close, really, throughout. It probably could have been more. They kept hanging about. They certainly put in a much better effort after quarter time. I think the first 15 minutes of the final quarter would be very pleasing to Clinton French, the way they played, the really attacking, take the game on, risky style of football they produced. It was something to build on, but ultimately they're still stuck to the root of the table with just the one victory, and Glenorchy claim their 4th win of the season as they try and spark a late push into finals.
All right, the repeating Glenorchy 14-11-95 defeat North Hobart 11-4-70 by 25 points. My name is Tubes Taylor. Drew Cooling has been by my side. Until next time, we'll catch you at the footy. Bye for now.